Hey all folks, how was you first good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever, hang on, whatever the shit is for you guys. And yeah, before we really get started, I wanted to just say thank you guys for supporting me over the past month or so, well, or in general, and thank you guys for being rather patient with me with all this. I really appreciate it. And yeah, as you can no doubt see, oh, my audio's kind of buggedy at the moment. I literally had to redo these scenes from scratch, and finally finished my visual revamp. Yeah, so I have tons of expressions, and that sort of thing. Hang on, just double checking my settings so that everything here is working correctly. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that was a quick look at the thing I use for PNG tubing and that. But yeah, I have new expressions on that, which don't seem to be working 100% for some reason. Hold on, just a little bit of mic mess with me, and we're good. And we are good on that front. Yep, definitely good. Good, good, good. So, yeah. I have a well, not completely new design, but more a reworked design. That is, yeah, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Sorry, I'm still trying to, um, sorry, I'm still trying to get used to remember what, expressions are on what buttons. So, yeah, bear with me as I get used to all this. But, yeah. Anywho, let us go over to the correct screen. Yay! Hang on, that's the... Yay! But, yeah. Move you guys out. No, I don't want to shrink you up. There we go. But, yeah. Things are very, very much, different. For one thing, my actual I'm doing shit overlay is very simplistic. As in, it's just literally you, me, and whatever the hell I'm doing that day. Which, in my opinion, isn't a bad thing. And plus, you can actually see what I'm doing a bit better. And yeah, I have an angry expression. I have a neutral expression, a bewildered expression, a happy one, angry, unimpressed, shocked, an ouchy, cringy one, sad for those days where I don't feel great mentally. Derp. I ain't gonna explain that one. Embarrassed, cause I get embarrassed at shit nowadays. It's kinda weird. This one is for those mission failed successfully kind of situations, and then the usual thumbs up, the wink thumbs up one. Now with, like, better wing motion I'm at. Yeah, all my expressions actually have an open and close now. So you can actually tell when the hell I'm actually talking. Apart from the obvious way you can tell, by the fact that my mouth flaps are moving. Or, the equivalent I guess I have. And no. This form's weird, it's not quite slime, not quite a spirit, kind of in between. Don't even know what my true form looks like. I'll find out in time. Or at least until I can be bothered to sprite that sort of thing. Will I do a ref sheet at some point? I don't know, maybe. But, on to what we're doing today. Literally just hitting about in Photoshop for, me usual 2 hours. Nothing much really needs to be said here. Like, and honestly, whatever I end up making, I'll probably actually stick up on Twitter after the stream. Just for the heck of it. Image-wise, we're working on a 200 by 200 pixel wide canvas. Just so we have a lot of space to just doodle and talk about. Whilst, you listen to me randomly ramble on about shit, and occasionally remember to actually use these bloody expressions of mine. It's not like it took me a crap ton of time. About 2 months-ish. Was it 2 months or was it like 1.5? I knew it was at least a month. And yeah. Don't know why the starting screen music wasn't working. Like, cause if we go back to it. Oh, now it's bloody working. Flippin' heck. Alrighty. Now, the only issue I forgot about was a thing that happens. It's clear that I have not done a Photoshop stream since the last one. If I haven't privated that one, if I'm honest, because I did private a lot of them earlier. But yeah. You know, I'm actually gonna walk you through how I actually do a lot of my pixel art, actually. Especially like the fan art of a certain enchantress that you see me stick up on Twitter every so often. And let's say hold up, what's happening here? Photoshop. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh no, wait. Figure out a problem? What? Huh. Okay. I'm using the pencil tool, right? That is weird. Hang on. Let me. Nope. There we go. I probably should have turned off the screen capture for a second while sorting that out, but nope, we're good. We're good, folks. But yeah, I wanted to quickly show you how I actually do Pixelart. Let's say I am doing a plant pot real quick. And yeah, I will block out the different elements of it and that sort of thing, like something like that. And then for each individual thing, I will very roughly block it out like so. Yeah, I also make sure to close it off so that when I do get to the colouring part, I don't just accidentally colour in the entire damn screen. And if I was to do that, sometimes I'll just add in layers if needed, like for instance a layer for leaves. Such. Oh, blocking like that. Let's say we go a kind of tulip kind of thing. For example, or this kind of design. And just it. According to like various wings of that. And something. Maybe put some extra little detail. And then, yep, we put in some leaves. For example. And we just copy and paste a couple of those around, and that sort of thing. Usually I'd put that sort of thing into its own group so I can edit them individually, but for the sake of time, money, and I can't be effed, that's what I get for using my num keys for controlling my different expressions. Is there a way to actually turn off hotkeys in Photoshop? I would very much like to know. It would make these streams infinitely less pain in the arse to do. Yeah. After I have the basic thing and style of how of the shape I want to go for it, then what I do is I obviously edit the shape. Like for instance, let's say I want to make this more rounded at the bottom, or wanted to bring it down a little bit. I will do so. Like it would help if I remember how to keep it equal. one more. And then I can do this. Now, there's one thing to note about how I tend to do Pixelart. I tend to do curves and edges a bit like this, which is, I believe, a technique called jagging or something like that. Don't quote me on that, because yep, I honestly couldn't tell you everything about pixel art. I just kind of nowadays do it more because I enjoy it more than anything else. That, and my arse is too poor to commission anyone or want to deal with any of that crap. Nothing against people who do commissions, but honestly, I really can't exactly be it's kind of too much fuss. I would rather get myself out there and streaming first and really mess about with that sort of thing. Mainly so at some point I can actually have an income for it. But yeah, now we have a basic shape. Well, got a lot of space. Some of these might get sized up a bit to fit. It's not going to be a massively long stream today, but anyway. I want to pick a... This is the point where I start picking out colours for it. Like, for why I typically do my colours is... I typically do them by eye. Yes, I'm aware I probably spelled palette wrong. I'm not known for being great at spelling, so yeah. But I tend to go 3-tone rather than 4-tone nowadays. Like, I don't think I've gone 4-tone in months, if I'm honest. It's just not the way I really do things. And that, I don't know, it's just an odd thing with me. But I'll pick a base color, usually by eye. Then I go into the color picker and adjust the settings. Like, for instance, I want a brighter one, so whoops. I will increase the brightness by 10 and reduce the saturation by 10. And that gives me my bright color, which I use for shading, for my very basic shading, and then I go back to the original color and also reduce saturation by 10, but also reduce the brightness by 10. That gives me an outline to use. for it. Though you could always change this up so you can play it a little bit more by ear. What I'm also going to do is grab a nice blue-ish, more royal blue color to like look like you know those Chinese vases I'm at? It makes it look like that. I don't know. It's not a... I don't think it's really something I've screwed about with style-wise. Oh. And... yeah. Let me hit like... and... oh, hang on. One. It would help if I remembered these things a bit better. My short-term memory is a bit weird. And what color should the actual flower be? I'm thinking a purpley color. And then do the usual dealio. I want to double check that. No, that one is correct. Huh. That turned out a bit of a weird shade. Bear in mind that sometimes you do need to play these things by eye a little bit. Because sometimes I have issues where I make a color or something like that, and it's not, and it's a bit off. Anywho, now that we have that, we can now actually start coloring this thing. Coloring and detailing it. So, since I want to do a bit of patterning on this pot, I'm going to start with that. And here I'm actually going to make another layer, a temporary layer, so that if I mess anything up, I can or something don't quite look right, I can there we go. Sort it out a little bit. Notice how on the edge I didn't put an outline? That's cause if something's like if the full shape of it isn't full edge of it isn't visible, I don't always put the full edge of it. Like for instance, let's say with my most recent fan art piece, how there's a slit in the dress and part of Miyoshi's leg pokes out of it. I didn't put completely do outlining on that leg, cause part of the actual silhouette is obscured, obviously. Same sort of principle here, just executed on a different thing. Anywho, I'm gonna add a bit of light more towards the top of these. Cause I'm sort of having it that the light's just coming straight from the top. Well, top right? That's typically how I like to do my shading. And now we merged that down, then take our light one and help the shading. And if I really wanted to, I can make it anything in the light zone that isn't outlined is that bit lighter. Now granted, it really depends on how you do want to shade it. I keep my shading quite simplistic, but I do try to curve it a little bit, so in this instance I would actually do it a bit different, because where it's a bit rounded, it would probably be something more into this. So yeah, that's a different way you could do shading on like circular objects and that. I'm also just kind of experimenting a bit with some of them. Now, stem. We don't need to do the entirety of the stem, just because part of it is obscured. Like for instance here, I'm not shading that part because the flowers obscuring that part. This sort of thing I would do more simplistically, just to save you the headache. Cause yeah, me brain don't work great some days. And yeah, that's essentially that done. Copy and paste and paint bucket tools are kind of your friends here. But at least that's what I've sort of noted from it. But yeah, I'm trying to do a good few. Hang on. Adjusting things around here and there. Like how I have the leaves actually intersect a little bit. And such. But yeah. I'm doing this in both a quick manner, but also, well, a manner where I can really show off my skills a little bit, which, thanks to you guys, like, and that, I have gotten a lot more confident with it, which has really helped me push through the visual revamp stuff, and I can't thank you enough for that. And now we have this much better looking well, everything's now. You can actually use shading to help create a bit of depth to things. And voila! We got a plant in a pot bowl thingy. And yeah. Yes, whilst it is small, it's better to work on a smaller canvas and then just blow it up to the size you want it, like closer towards the end of the stream, because again, this stream's probably not going to be the longest today, just cause I'm still sort of it's more a bit of a test stream for me, just to see how I feel with it, but also to screw about with my new buttons and stuff, because I have a lot of new shiny buttons and expressions to screw about with, even though I probably am just going to end up using the same 3 or 4 over and over. I really hope that doesn't end up just being the case. And yeah, it gives me a proper chance to see how they actually look in action. So that's why I'm just going to be randomly cycling through some of my toggles, just willy-nilly, just to see how they look in an actual stream setting, rather than actually expressing that sort of emotion. Yeah. And that sort of thing. Cause, well, I have quite a few of these. Like I said, I have the neutral one, I have the happy one, the confused thinkery one, the angry one, the unimpressed one, the shocked / scared one, the cringe / ouch one, the sad one, the derp one. Yeah, I have a derp expression now. I figured I kind of needed one. The embarrassed one, because I get embarrassed about stuff nowadays, so it just kind of felt like I needed it. A deal with it one, complete with deal with it glasses, just for those times where I pull off some completely nonsensical and bullshittery with no idea how I actually managed it. And finally, the wink thumbs up one. Yeah, I really need to find a way to disable there we go. But yeah. That's kind of the gist of it. But yeah. Yeah, I can't work quick when it comes to Pixelart, so it's likely just gonna be a couple small few doodles. Unless I decide to you know, do something else. But yeah. Now that's got me curious, what else can I do with that sort of with that color palette without adding that many new well, without adding more than one more color to it. And I got an idea. See, this is already a bit of a silvery color, right? So I bring yeah, I'm not very good with someone aiming. But yeah, this is a good masterclass on another aspect of it. Oh, that might actually be a good idea for later Pixelart streams. I make myself a predetermined color palette beforehand, and I have to make like 2 or 3 very different things out of it. But yeah, for additional colors here, I need a gold color, and that's about it. Really. Cause well, yeah. Like I said, you can reuse color palettes quite well. Like, more or less, all my, well, most of the colours that I use for my fan art just come from this one palette I made this one time, and I've been adding to it lately as well. And such. But yeah. It's very interesting to see how that sort of thing is. And I know, it's very interesting to think how many different things you can make with one particular color palette. So yeah, I might start I might actually do that for some of these future Pixelart streams. Yeah, I say future Pixelart streams because honestly I really want to do more of these, just cause I really started to enjoy my pixel art a lot. And I want to really do more of these, and I don't know, I'd love for one of these to just have a stream where I just get some of your guys' suggestions for stuff beforehand and make some of those and such. Because, well, again, I've been enjoying my pixel art, and it's something I want to you know, do. And yeah. Anywho, I think that's enough pondering. Let's get back into it. I want it to be big. To add some jewels. And this is going to be the most scuffed ring in existence. tell if I do that, it's more like a bangle. Huh. You know what? It's a bangle now. Cause I cannot draw fucking circles with perspective to save my existence. In the slightest. Cause yeah. Though this does leave me with a bit of a odd conundrum. Like, how am I gonna do like the thickness unless I do something like this? In which that might help. Actually, oh, that fits me. I'm gonna leave that outside the thing so I don't just move that about every 5 seconds. But, okay. It's always worth keeping count of how tall your thing is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So if I move that, also, stuff like lasso and square, rectangular marquee tools. That's not what I was gonna do that. Are kinda your best mate here. Now this is looking a bit better. It's still kinda scuffed, but I can work with it. Okay. Again, I am kinda just winging it here. If I'm honest. Okay, I'm just kind of there. Now the weird issue I have in this particular instance is the inner part, cause, well, you can't wear a bracelet if there isn't a giant hole in the middle of it. Now I just need to figure out how to do the rest of the hole. Luckily, we can just kind of do this. Clean it up a little. And line up the vomit. Like so. And we need everything. Except for stuff here. That has not worked. Unless we get rid of that. I suppose this is probably going to be about one instance where we actually do need a darker shade. So yeah, there's only option. Why is it like this? You don't have to too often, but sometimes you do need it. And in this particular instance, there. That looks better now. Alternatively, you could just use the outline one again for it. And in fact, that actually works a bit better for it. So, in the end, we didn't even need that darker shade, but if you want to use a darker shade, go ahead. Oh, there is some weirdness with it though, still. Here and there. Help. Okay, that's a bit. There we go. Okay, as you can see with this top bit, there is a bit of weirdness. Yeah, I'm gonna sort that out. There. Now it looks all uniform on that. Okay. Nope. But yeah. As a point of order, it's also an idea to save once in a while. Like, for instance, I'm going to save this one under today's date, which fun fact, is actually my eldest sister's birthday today. But yeah. And now I can actually do a little bit of shading now, and in this particular instance, the shading would be coming directly from the top. Yeah, this is kind of a way of doing shading if you're doing three-dimensional objects. Like, if I make a example cube real quick. And yeah. Hang on. How do you do this again? Wait, hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I know this isn't the cleanest example out there, but yeah. Okay, so it's not the cleanest cube in the world, sue me. But for the example, the purpose of what I'm getting across is, like, let's say you like it coming from the top, that'd be you like one. And those two would either be your darks or your neutrals. Same principle here, because I cannot draw, apparently cannot draw cubes anymore that are at 30-degree angles. Which is weird, because it's not like I did this shit in secondary school about it or anything. Anyway, personal ranting aside. Yeah. Now for this bit. Yep, cause this ain't any old bangle. It's a jeweled bangle. I do not give a shit that I probably misspelt that. I misspelled bloody everything. It's just how I am. Anywho. So, I'm gonna quickly find out how many things wide this bit is. 31. 73. Not 53. That means it's 22. Okay, so 42 is my middle mark. Okay, and how deep is it? 7, 85, 93. That would make it 8. Okay, so I need to make a circle hang on, something's gone pear-shaped there. Yeah, I'm not great with remembering how big to make my circles. So we're just gonna make it octagonal instead. And actually we're going to put another 2 next to it. Simple ones like that. Sorry if my mic is currently picking up my clicks and stuff. I really could do with sorting that out at some point. But yeah, with gems it's a bit weird. I kinda like to if it's ones like this, just do that sort of pattern to give it a bit of sheen, or even just have it like that, or even like that. But I think that works a bit better for it. As for bigger ones, well, you see the one already in my... You see the one in my wing. You can kind of guess how I do the shading on that. And it's literally the same case here. Could be something like that. And just like that, we've done a jeweled bangle thing. Yeah, so much for it being a ring, am I right? It's just how it is. Sometimes things don't show up and go the way you expect them to. And that's okay. Sometimes life throws you a bit of a curveball and you just gotta roll with it. You gotta roll with it and you gotta own it, baby. Yeah, I'm getting way too much mileage out of some of these expressions now. But, what else can I do? Because I would very much like to make one more thing before we decide to finish up the stream for the day, because and no. I kind of want to do one more thing. Probably a simple thing. And... Now, what else can I do about those sets of colours, huh? One thing, I want to actually drag the colour palette out of there and just merge it into that. So, oh, I know. Toy car. Cause, yeah, why not? So, I am going to need the blue. Yeah. So, I'm gonna make a toy car. Cause, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else to, like, draw. So, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on. Okay. And now we go 15 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Next one over. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. One, two, three, four. So we have a clear front and beginning of the car. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is a very simplistic looking car, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah. And yeah. Hang on, let us zoom in closer here. Shit, did I accidentally make this even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Son of a, I somehow made it even. Okay, when life gives you lemons, improvise. For fuck's sake. No, I haven't effed this up. I'm just an idiot. Yeah. this is going to be the most scuffed looking car in existence. But, yeah. Well, as about as close as we're gonna get to anything not scuffed as shit, so... And, we're going to need another colour for the colour palette. A much... Well, granted, we don't really need the dark one for the windows, just because of... Ah! They're technically inside of the windows, so yeah. God, this is so scuffed looking. It's kind of hilarious. Ah! If I stop accidentally erasing it from existence every 5 seconds. Cause... yeah. God, this thing's so misshapen and mismatched. Hold on. If you're having a bit of a hard time visualizing something, try doing it actually outside of it, and then have a... For one thing, make sure you're on the right bloody layer. Nope, I am on the right bloody layer. I just have auto select active for some reason. And again, don't be afraid to copy and paste stuff across. and merge it back down later. Cars have tires. So, yeah. If you're dealing with a one block wide bit of it, don't panic with shading it. Instead, just use the outline color for it. Like, for instance, I'm doing a bit of jewelry or detail work on something that's relatively small to work on. Like details on a dress or something like that. It's alright to just use a one block wide, well, the outline color to do the general shape and then leave it at that. Because you're not going to be able to do much else unless you're planning to actually blow it up and do more detail on it, which really depends on how you do Pixelart. But yeah. Now we done that, we can now put on all sorts of random crap. Like one of those weird antenna thingies. For like the radio and shit. Some bright effing purple headlights, cause why the shit not? Or to really confuse the shite out of people, right, a green brake light? What the hell is my brain coming out with? I'm going full dirt mode right now. Like, I mean, it is meant to be a toy car, so of course it's going to be a little bit wacky and zany. I mean, haven't you seen some of the shit that comes out of Hot Wheels? And one of those weird spoiler thingies. That you see on race cars and the like. Cause why the hell not? Just make sure you shade it correctly. Like, and that sort of thing. I'm not gonna lie. What it kind of reminds me of a game I used to play. I played when I was younger. It was a game by the name of Gadget Racers. And like you had these cars that were like highly customizable and such. So you had all these bodies and stuff that were mainly for stats and that sort of thing, but you also had wheels and wings and that sort of thing, which not only changed, well, improved the stats, but also changed the look of them as well. So you came out with all sorts of weird little combinations and that sort of thing. And it was actually really fun to screw about with and that sort of thing. And yeah, it was one of those games that I enjoy. Hell, I actually still have the cartridge. Because it was a Game Boy Advance game. I actually still own the cartridge. So I kind of really want to track down, well, either see if my DS Lite actually still somewhat functions, because that thing's kind of buggered to hell a little bit, so I need to really check that one. And that sort of thing. Yeah. If I ever brought that to Nintendo Switch Online, I would be... well, this would literally be my face, if that was the case. Because it's such an obscure game, I don't think they would bother with it. And plus, I don't think they would get the rights for that one. But then again, considering that the Sega Genesis library exists on the page, on the expansion pass one, yeah, it really does say something. Did I accidentally turn the wheels? Okay. I think we got a good couple of doodles for today. I don't want to just get rid of them or do nothing with them. So, what I am going to do is shrink it down to this, save it, and then blow it up to a better resolution. And hang on, I need to double check what it's doing it for. Because if you want to resize Pixelart, you gotta make sure the resample is nearest neighbor, because it preserves those hard edges. So that seems like the case, so yeah. And then just click save copy, and then save it as a PNG. Whenever I actually save anything as a PNG, I always stick PNG at the end of it. well, in most instances. But yeah, that's now all saved as a PNG blown up a bit, so I'm gonna stick that on Twitter once I finish up here. Well, but for now, I want to show off a little something else. So, say goodbye Pixelart. And yeah, this is the thing I wanted to show you guys. After all this time, I finally have a proper bloody Zatsu screen. Yeah. Kinda shocking, isn't it? I have a proper Zatsu screen for, Zatsuing. If I move myself for a moment, you can see what it actually has. Little chair with a cushion. There's also a version without a cushion for later on. Like a little desk of drawers, a little window with some plants, with the actual planters modelled off ones I actually have. I really couldn't think of anything to stick on to put on the shelf, so I just made like little stick figures in a box, and then one of those thing displays that display text and that. Despite the fact that I don't actually own one of those. And yeah, with a little message thing on it saying hi is true, because hi definitely is true. Hello. And yeah, I wanted to like have a sort of nerdy reference on that in here, and that just ended up being a Boolean joke. But hi equals true, because that's a Boolean, which is a coding thing. That just means what the Boolean variable called hi is set to true. And yeah, you know, I don't know if I should actually potentially think about doing a coding stream at some point, but I mainly know how to code in C# for the Unity game engine, and I don't think it's a smart idea to go anywhere near that at the moment in terms of me doing streams and that, cause yeah, Unity is a bit of a, yeah, they've gone on the greedy side of things. So yeah, which sucks, cause I've used this game engine for freaking years, and to have them pull that, yeah, it actually pisses me right off. But that's a topic of conversation for another day. But yeah, I hope you guys actually enjoyed this little look into how I actually make pixel art. And like I said, after the stream, once I've sorted my life out, I will actually stick what I've made today, up on Twitter, so that all the world knows what happened during the stream today. And yeah, what I'm tempted to do, like for future pixel art streams, is either have something ready, like the actual, what I call wireframing, the actual wireframe done, so that I can then, whilst having a chat with you guys, just do the shading and such, doing the colour palette and the shading side of it, and that sort of thing, and maybe taking the time to actually make art for use in thumbnails, like I maybe off stream do the wireframe for something like a Brachydios for Monster Hunter, so that I can then make one to use in thumbnails for Monster Hunter Story 2 streams, because yeah, I am planning to do more of that. And other sort of things like that, because really Pixelart has always been a bit of a identity in terms of my branding and, well, me, my PNG and that, so I do want to start bringing that into my actual streams more, into these streams, and really that's why today just kind of exists. It's more a test stream more than anything else, to see how I felt about it, and I actually feel pretty good about it, and I'm glad that you guys have watched this either live or via VOD. Chatting, lurking, or VOD, you're appreciated all the same. And yeah, and honestly, I'd love to hear you guys give feedback on my Pixelart 2, because I definitely want to learn to improve it and such, or try out new and different techniques, because, well, I'm very much in the mindset of I generally want to improve on it and that, and yeah, ain't really much else to really say about that, but yeah, everything's fun and dandy and hunky-dory with the visual rework stuff, and we all got to see it in a bit more motion today. That's great. That's fantastic. It all looks really damn well in motion, and I'm really happy with it all. I hope you guys are really happy with it all as well, because I worked very hard on it just for you guys, so that you actually have something a bit more visually appealing to look at during these streams. That, and you actually know when the hell I'm actually talking and stuff of that nature. But yeah, I also want to experiment with other more recurring stream types, like you know how I've said that I really want to play games with you guys and that. if matchmaking allows it, to give you guys a chance to play the game along with me. So I kind of want to do more games like that. And luckily, I do. Well, luckily, now that now that Disney Speedstorm's good to stream, like, I might do that a bit more. Or FCO 99's one I want to go back to every so often. Or hell, even something like Destiny 2. Just like, I want to more consistently play more multiplayer focused games, or have segments where I play the multiplayer in a game, and I want to do Pixelart streams on a more regular occasion, just so there's more to me than just watch me play through a game. And you'll have some days where you'll watch me, have a nice chilled chat with me whilst I do some Pixelart in the background, so that there's something going on visually. Because, let's be honest, I'm probably not going to be the type to just do pure Zatsus or pure just talking streams, just cause I really have trouble with that sort of thing. And yeah, I don't want to be quite a one-trick pony. I want to be a two-trick pony. Chill video game streams that on occasion you guys can actually join in and play with me and that. And nice chill Zatsu streams whilst I sort of out with Pixelart in the background. And that sort of thing, cause I cannot keep my brain focused on just talking for more than 12 seconds. 12 seconds. It costs $400,000 to fire this brain for 12 seconds. I can't do heavy. I'm sorry. Like, I suck at impressions. Who knows, maybe I'll randomly get better at it and find I have a bit of a talent for that too. But, yeah, I'm more a, I'm a bit more of a improvise, do whatever I can think of streamer, but, nowadays, I more want to try and focus down on something so that, I can have a bit more consistency about me. Like, whilst you guys, I am very happy you guys like my content no matter what I do. I do want to make it a bit more consistent, that, like you say, like for instance, if you're only into a specific type of stream, like you only like more artsy Zatsu type streams, I can provide that for you. Or you're more into the multiplayer side of gaming, I can give you might enjoy that sort of stream from me as well. Like, I'm about like, I like trying new things every so often, so I'm definitely going to make sure I do more, well, different types of streams of a week. Yes, most of it will be gaming content, because I'm one of those people that eats, sleeps, and breathes video games. Like, I didn't really even start watching live streams till like a week into, like a couple of weeks into streaming myself. Because I'm also wanting to show my love of gaming, but now it's more to switch to, I like hanging out and chilling with you all. And if we can do that via games or Pixelart, all the more better. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed things here. And well, I've actually enjoyed this stream, because I got to show you a little bit of behind the scenes of how I do my pixel art a bit more, and some of my thought processes in it. So, and I even picked up like a new way or two to do things, which is always good. It's not just learning from other people you pick up, it's from your own experiences. You might think, hey, why don't I do this thing a little bit different? And then you find that you really like it. But yeah, I think I'm going to sign off there for tonight. So I have been Cyberphoenix Streams. I hope you enjoyed your time here, chilling and chatting and everything in between with me and everyone else this fine evening, or morning or afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your morning, day, evening, afternoon, night, etc. And I will see you for the next stream, hopefully. And I hope you all stay safe and happy and healthy. See you later, everyone. Yay, the ending screen music works. Okay. See you all later, fellas. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. See ya.